Welcome back to Bourbon Barrel Talk. I'm your host, Scott Minton. Today, we're back in the Brock Bourbon Bar, and we are doing 2023 predictions while we're drinking some Woodford Double Oak and Double Oak.
Yep.
So, lots of wood.
Double oak.
A lot of wood laid out here.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Like double bubble. Anyway.
Double bubble.
So, we're having some Woodford. We're going to talk about 2023 predictions. What's going to happen in the bourbon industry in 2023? And are we excited about it? Do we like the future? Are we afraid of what's going to happen? And kind of go from there. So, anybody got a hot item coming in?
Hot take.
Hot take.
Mine's not that hot. So.
You know what? My hot take is I think that Bardstown Bourbon Company is going to start competing more head-to-head versus MGP with how they produce and contract distillate, what they do.
So it's my understanding they're basically stopping contract distillate, though. Like, they're only going to start releasing their own stuff and then doing series out. Like, from my understanding, their contracts have all been sold.
No, I have not heard that. I figured that they were going to keep going because they're expanding and trying to do more.
Yeah, I don't know. The rumor I heard was that they were pretty much done. Like, everything that moving forward was going to be their own juice. Like, their label is their label. Like,
No. They're going to do their own stuff, but they're still doing contract distillate for other people.
I think it's only the labels that they're involved with since they've been bought, though. I don't think it's not mass quantities like it was. Like, it's not everybody and their mom that was buying from them at one point.
I forgot they got bought.
Fight. I'm just kidding.
He may be right. I mean, I'm thinking by what I heard was that they were going to pretty much strictly be only providing for it. They get bought by Luxco, or who did they get bought by?
Yeah, I think the Luxco parent company.
Yeah, it's the parent company for Luxco.
Yeah, so.
But the thing is that they were raking in so much money.
Right.
Doing that contract distilling. And, there's not
Luxco
many other...
owns so many old brands, though.
No, I'm not denying that one bit. But what I'm saying, though, is that there is not much other competition versus MGP out there. And I would say Bardstown was the closest one to going head-to-head with them.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't disagree. Well, Wilderness Trail has way more stock going out the door than people realize.
Really? I did not know that.
I mean, they have one entire rick house that's owned by an independent Jewish whiskey company.
Whoa.
Like, I was one entire. I mean, it's like 40 or 50,000 barrels. I mean, like, it's a massive warehouse. Like, it's the first warehouse that was ever built there. If you look at it, it says IJWC or whatever on the side of the rick house. Like, they have literally their own rick house at Wilderness Trail. That's how they got off the ground, other than Firm Solutions.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's yeah. So people are really, really shocked by that. But yeah, they do a ton of contract distillate. So I think Green River is going to be more of your MGP.
Because they got bought out by Luxco as well.
Yeah.
And so is that going to be, I guess, I wonder if that's going to, because
Plus,
they
if you
got
look
bought
at the
out.
mash bills that Green River is releasing, they're almost identical to the Bardstown Bourbon Company ones, but they're using a Kentucky thing. So that would be my prediction, is if you're talking about a company that's going to try to mirror that MGP experience, but in a Kentucky way, I think it will be Green River and another small company you probably haven't heard of, but Jackson Purchase down in Paducah.
I have heard of that.
Yeah, so I think it's actually in Hickman, Kentucky, but it's outside Paducah.
I mean, because the thing is that whenever people talk about bourbon, their first thing is they think about Kentucky. It's Kentucky straight bourbon. Yeah. And because it's MGP, they can't say that.
Nope.
Because it's done there. So I'm wondering if it's because if somebody can get that contract distilling going, and then you have that title on there, on those bottles.
I don't disagree. I think somebody in Kentucky needs to take that reign and kind of move away with it, but...
Owensboro's got it.
That's what I said. That's Green River. Yeah,
okay.
That's Green River. Yeah, it used to be OZ Tyler, now it's Green River. I mean, that's what I said. To me, I think that's going to be the one you'll see that will take off. Everybody and their mom will be selling Green River, but that's just my humble opinion. But anyway, what's the matter, Jared's reading? Did your mama text you or something?
I don't know how. So I didn't think it was Luxco that had bought Bardstown.
It's their parent company.
It's their parent company, I think.
Okay. Well, so what really threw me off was this article from January of 21 that said MGP buys Luxco. So I don't know, and again,
maybe that's right.
I've never seen that website before. So
I thought it was all one big giant merger, basically, like of different brands. Now Luxco's just getting so big,
and Bardstown is the one that bought Green River, which obviously they're owned by someone else. But that was the other thing I saw.
Yep. But I don't know. I wish I had some of my notes. I've taken so many notes over the last couple of years. It's hard for me to put a memory on everything.
I'll say somebody needs to sit down and do a roadmap of
Who owns who.
who owns who. I mean, because heck, you can go out and say how many things does Sazerac own? I bet a couple people here just found out today
Suntory,
that Barton is owned by Sazerac.
Well, that and you got Diageo's buying up stuff.
Suntory, Beam Suntory's buying up stuff.
Beam Suntory.
1792.
The big one, Picon Ricard. They're buying stuff. What's the big one out of Italy too? Campari.
Campari.
Yep.
Yeah.
Campari's
I mean, dude, it's gotten ridiculous, dude.
They own Wild Turkey.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
So, any other hot takes?
Well, what about MGP?
MGP.
Well, they bought a brand. They bought a company last year.
Right.
I wonder how much of their own juice they're going to start releasing under the brands that they bought here recently in the past year.
Well, and they've got their Ross and Squibb.
Yeah, and they've always had a few. Rossville, they've had Remus, they've had a few of those.
They go by Ross and Squibb now or something.
OKI as well by them.
So no, OKI was originally what became New Riff.
Okay.
And then they sold the brand to, I think it was 3 or 4 guys that did a breakout, and now OKI is owned by them, but it's still all just source distillate that's all coming from MGP. So
I wonder how much more MGP is going to put out their own product using their labels that they own currently.
It's hard to say, honestly. I mean, I don't know. It's a good question. I do know that they have sold less barrels to other people during the last 2 quarters of 2022. But I know that they are already starting to contract out for 2023 and 2024. So
It'll be
I don't
interesting to see.
We'll see what happens. I think MGP will probably start releasing more labels, more names and things like that. But I think ultimately they're still going to stay in the contract game.
I could see that.
I mean, there's so much money there right now.
Dude, you're printing cash. And that's what I said. Even the smaller ones that most people haven't even heard of, like Jackson Purchase, you've got another one down in southern Kentucky near Bowling Green. They're doing a lot of contract distilling. You got Cascade out of Columbia, Tennessee, that's doing a bunch of stuff. Dickel's still sourcing and doing a lot of contract distilling out of Tennessee. So, I mean, there's lots of stuff.
Barton does a lot of sourcing.
Barton. So Barton, what they're doing is that a lot of times in some situations they're just selling their overstocks. Like they're just like, I don't think that they're contract distilling per chance. Somebody got a phone around here? That's weird. I'm getting a little bit of feedback. But anyway, so there's a lot of different things there. Predictions on who's going to get bought and sold this year?
Oh, I have no idea. I haven't got one for that one on you. I had another one, but mine's a little different.
Yeah. I think Penelope is probably the small label that I think will get gobbled up by somebody this year.
Well, hell, there's just already MGP juice, though, isn't
it? It is, but people love the name, and they've done a great job with their marketing, their bottling, things like that, Do
you think it may not be this year? I know this is 2023 predictions, but you think Hidden Barn eventually gets bought up at some point?
No, I think they'll.
I think that's going to stay strictly independent.
Yeah, I think that'll stay. I think it'll stay independent for how long I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, the exit strategy. The exit strategy for all these people are to sell, right? I mean, that's the thing.
Yes.
So I think that there's going to have to be some production or different things that they're going to have to do from that standpoint. They're sourcing their own juice, right? Because she's taken from Neely or she's taken from Colorado and she's making those blends. They're also buying other juice and mixing it with some of those. So,
do you think there's any non-eastern side of the United States that are that get bought up this year?
I don't know.
I wonder if maybe somebody buys something like that. So, like High West. Well, maybe not High West, but High West or. I don't know. I was just throwing out non-eastern side of the Mississippi.
Is Whistle Pig owned by anybody currently besides themselves?
I don't know about Whistle Pig.
That's a good question.
I've also heard rumors that Smoke Wagon might be for sale.
Really?
I've heard rumors.
I would say High West, Smoke Wagon, Whistle Pig is what you're saying.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think it's going to happen in the next year or two, but I think there at some point in time, Four Roses will have to succumb to somebody.
Are they not owned by somebody? I thought they were owned by somebody.
They've been independent for so long.
Really?
Yeah.
I swear I thought they were owned by somebody.
Yeah.
They are owned by...
That's been Fred Minnick's prediction for like 5 years now.
Seagram's at one point.
Well, as I said, I don't think it might happen this year.
I don't disagree with what you're saying. I'm just saying that's been Fred's prediction for years.
I mean, somebody's going to come in and say, put a number on a check. I don't care what it is.
Yep.
For it all.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen at some point in time. And I think there's going to be some. We're not going to hit a. I don't think we're going to hit a bourbon boom to the bust like a bubble burst. But I
Right.
think that we're going to get to a head at some point in time to where that older juice isn't quite coming out as frequently as the younger juice.
How's this double oak?
All right, let's go dive in.
Woodford double oak,
I think it's most delicious.
caramel, banana.
It's kind of
Little bit of-
fruity, I thought.
Yeah, I
Woodford.
get
It's
I
got
get a
some
little
fruit.
cherry.
Okay.
Yeah, a little cherry. Yeah, I can see that.
Oh yeah, it's cherry. Yeah, 100% is
It's
what
more
I'm getting.
cherry than
Yeah,
banana.
yeah. But no, I mean, great nose. This is the Zombieland double oaked.
Yeah, the
It's
LBC pick.
LBC and FAL combo.
Oh, was it?
Or no, sorry, Kroger.
I was about to say, wasn't it Kroger?
Yeah, yeah.
Can I say the quote?
I don't know what it says. It depends on what it says. No, you can say the quote.
Quote, it's time to nut up or shut up.
Nut up or shut up. Man, you got to love some Woody
I was
Harrelson.
going to say, shout out to Woody Harrelson.
Man. You know the remake of White Man Can't Jump? Did I tell? Have we talked about that before?
Why?
We have not. I don't think we
So
talked
Jack
about
Harlow is
it.
going to be the new
Yes.
Woody Harrelson.
Oh God.
Who's the
Wesley Snipes.
who's I don't know.
So
The-
Eva Mendes, I think, is going to play Rosie Perez.
I'm fine with that one.
Man,
The only person that I can
Really?
think of right now is Mac, the guy who plays Falcon. Oh, God.
Fleetwood Mac. No, I'm just kidding.
No. This is
I know who
like
you're talking about.
I can't think of the
he's
Wesley
a little
Snipes
old.
part is going to be played by, and it's somebody really, really odd, like you wouldn't think of in a million years. But
Kevin Hart.
no. Definitely wouldn't be Kevin Hart.
He can't. no.
He can't. Never mind.
I think it's a basketball player though.
Is it
Like
really?
it's really
You
weird.
think?
Yeah, I think it is a basketball player, but I'm not 100% certain.
Oh, who was I just thinking of? I don't think it was legit. I was going to jokingly say,
Yeah.
but he's also another rapper, but also an actor. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who? Scott? What's his name?
I cannot.
Carl's
pronounce
showing.
that.
Carl is showing.
It's Sakari Wells. He's the guy that was in Friday Night Lights.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh,
who that is.
the running back from
Yeah,
Friday
he's the
Night
running
Lights.
back.
Yeah.
The one that got the ACL tear and stuff. Yep.
There's just something
I
about
just
double oak,
haven't
man.
watched.
There's just something. These things just hit
It's
tried and
easy.
true. They're easy. They just drink well. Caramel, banana, a little bit of. This one has a little bit of cherry,
A little
but
bit of
man,
baking
just
spices.
a little baking spice, man.
I mean,
This-
and the thing is that it doesn't feel like it has like a really heavy finish to it. It's very light, and it just kind of that light linger on the back part of the palate.
but it's got that the nice, like what I would say is it's not necessarily a Kentucky hug, but it's like it's got a good finish. Like it goes all the way back. It gets you into the throat.
It's got a warm
Yeah.
finish, I guess.
Kentucky back pat.
Yep.
We'll go
Thank
with that.
thank you, sweetie.
I'm so proud of you. You did a good job.
Barbara's not on the show, so I'm not putting water in these just because I don't
Oh,
think
bleep her.
I don't need I don't need science on my side today. I know what Woodford double oak and double oak tastes like. So, but by the way, that's the second one we're drinking is double oak,
My lord, Carl, you already killed it.
90.4 proof.
Carl liked it. Carl
Is that a
loved it.
problem?
He wants some more of it. Sorry. No, this is a great pick.
It's a wonderful pour.
Yeah. Didn't you say that they do you pick 2 barrels?
So
and they blend
yes, they
them?
give you. I think it's anywhere from 3 to 5 barrels to let you kind of taste through, and you can blend any 2 that you pick, and that's how you get your barrel pick.
I would love to taste
So it's a blend.
the 2 separately just to see. I mean, obviously that's impossible, but love to have been on that pick to taste them both separately to see what they taste.
I will
like.
say, doing a Woodford pick
And-
is really unique because basically, I mean, you get to try them, right? And then kind of by themselves because they give you the bottles, let you try them. And then they will literally mix them for you, like in specific, like 50-50 batches. So that way you know exactly what you're getting. And they put those glasses down for you. Then you try them.
Interesting.
And they have a blend of 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 1, 3 and 2. So like you're just drink, try 'em. I'm trying to put them together.
Drink.
It sounds like a really fun day.
It is. It's a good time. It's a good time.
Sounds like
And Chris Morris does most of them, which is kind of neat. So
Like there with the pick, like trying to talk along
So
with
we
it.
did a virtual one with Chris. I guess it was probably, I don't know, like a year and a half ago, right after COVID was kind of ending as it was ending. And it was a neat experience. So
this is
All
a
right.
great pick.
predictions on price point.
So, see, what I was gonna say.
Are all these sourced brands and things like that, are they going to get cheaper? Are they going to get more expensive? What's that going to look like? What are you going to say, Jared?
So, what I was actually going to say was with the way kind of like the economy and everything is kind of at the moment and way people are kind of like afraid we're going to may go into recession or something.
May go into recession.
Well,
We're in a recession.
Well, I'm not going to argue.
It's just
That's
not
true.
crazy yet.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if a lot of people, you're going to see a lot more bottles people start trying to get rid of them, sell them to other people, throw them on
So
secondary
you think
pages.
the secondary is
I think it's going to explode.
So do you think secondary is going to go down in price, or do you think it's going to?
I think you're just going to see more bottles.
You just think more
Well,
bottles
And,
are going to
but with that, I would see
as the supply comes
prices
up, the
going-
prices should go down, right?
Yes, and that's what I'm wondering.
I mean, that's at least secondary, but I think that
Secondary, yes.
new distillate still coming out, I think, is going to only go up.
I
Because-
would agree with that, though, too.
What's like the one I sent in the group chat the other day about the was a 1978 UK team
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
where it's a mixture of 50-year-old whiskey and 5-year-old, but it's from what 1978 or $1,978
Yeah.
for one bottle,
Yeah.
and that's with your ticket. I'm like, how much is that?
It's a 5-year juice and like 50-year
50-year
juice.
juice.
So you know it's going to be more of 5-year than the
Oh,
50.
yeah.
Any
50 years.
Yeah.
you're talking.
What is it? Scotch?
No,
I
it's
mean,
it's bourbon. I
my
mean,
God.
there's bourbon in these rick houses, man. That are 60, 70 years.
I mean,
old.
I'm sure there are, but
you're
it ain't
probably only-
much.
The problem is yeah. I mean, how much is in there? You know,
Yeah.
a
What, a
gallon,
cake?
a half gallon, 5 gallons. You
cup?
just don't know.
Yeah.
A quart.
But I will say that. But like, so we went to Old Louisville not that long ago, and we did
Yeah.
a barrel pick with them. And they had some stuff that was like 8 years old, and the barrel was probably
Half.
80% full. No, like 80% full. And they actually lost proof. Like they were like 96, 95 proof. Like they were crazy. Like
you
they
think-
were super robust, nice, unique, barrels to pick from. But like you just really don't know. I mean, so when you're in the bottom of the rick house and it's kind of wet, and you're going to get some different takes on those things. That might be what some of these are. They're 50-year-old barrels that maybe they're a third of the way full because of the fact that they were sitting in the bottom of a rick house in the very, very back of the warehouse. You never know.
Could
yeah,
be.
and the funny thing is that a lot. I remember a couple times going to Heaven Hill before a lot of the changes back. Whenever they actually had the old barrel visitor center, if you ever remember that. I remember going on a tour around that time, and they said, "Yeah, we just recently did an audit of all our barrels, and we randomly found some 27-year-old juice sitting out in there because we found 10 barrels of 27-year-old stuff that just got
Right.
lost."
Huh. Crazy. All right.
That's like that. If you do the Old Forester tour, that's like they have that one bottle that's there was the fire, and then they lost basically barrels for 2 years, and then came upon them and went, "Oh crap, we need to do something with these," because they had to throw the juice back into new barrels.
This double oak, man.
That we're drinking.
Yeah, so I'm drinking.
What does it smell like?
Honestly, it's weird. It's not got as much of those fruit forward notes. You get a little bit more of the rye and a little bit more of the wood on this thing. And when you taste it, even a little bit more rye, a little bit more wood.
Not much. There's not much bananas in
Not a whole lot of fruit at all in this thing.
Oh, you don't think there's
A lot of
I get
baking
a little
spice.
bit of banana?
I get a little subtle. I mean, it's basically like you get that little bit of fruit sweetness, and then it goes right into it
that's-
like a wood.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what
It's
it
a lot
is.
more wood though.
But back on the
And this is the 2022, right?
It done.
Yes,
Yes,
Spring of 2022. All right.
Even though
Go ahead, Carl. Sorry.
I think we're also going to have a lot more limited releases, like Michter's is about to do their sour mash at $6,000 a bottle.
The celebration. Yeah.
Yep.
I think we're going to
see
see a
that.
lot more of that with doing certain bottles.
Yeah. No,
And-
I don't disagree with that. I think we're going to see a lot more of that high value, high price stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Only from the point of view of that the collectors out there will pay stupid money for stuff, and even though the economy's in a downward spin, there's always going to be somebody that's going to be willing to pay dumb money for something just for part of the experience or whatever and whatnot. There's still a lot of dumb money in the United States.
Oh yeah, very much so.
The
I mean, look, OFC's that way.
you got
to me.
and you've got the that
Double
new
Eagle.
the space stuff that's apparently is going up.
Space stuff.
Yeah,
So they're sticking flammable liquid in a rocket and shooting it into space.
This
Yes.
is America. We're good at doing weird ideas.
So,
America.
so do they have to orbit only over the U.S. in order to call it bourbon?
I think this is
That's
how
a
they're.
very valid point.
I think this is how they're bypassing taxing.
Is that what it is?
they're throwing it into orbit.
I mean, you
You
only
can't
have
tax this. This is out of this world.
I mean, you just make it to the stratosphere. You're technically in outer space at that point. It's the
Yeah.
stratosphere.
Yeah, that's weird.
Just don't stick it on the International Space Station, because if any of those people like bourbon,
We're done.
you're not getting any of it. That's a giant waste of money.
Well, you're also not going to get anything done up there either. At the same
You know
point,
you know what they say, man. God invented whiskey, so the Irish wouldn't rule the world.
I believe it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Man, now, this double oak just doesn't hit like the double oak.
No, I'm preferring that double.
I mean,
oak.
there's a subtle spice to it
Yeah,
that's kind of coming through, but outside of that,
like this is a barber pour.
yeah, I think it is.
Right, it's got some wood. Jared,
and Jared's acting like a 5-year-old.
5-year-old again.
Sorry.
5-year-old Ostrader in the house.
Somebody change me. I'm dirty.
Lord.
Somebody help us.
It's all right. We have your dad here. He can take care of it.
Hey, it was clean. Thank you very much. It was just weird.
It was definitely weird.
Very much weird.
No quotes.
All right, so
Actually, have not taken a sip of this double oak yet.
Also, for a prediction,
yep.
I wonder, like, Whistle Pig's doing, like, they're doing a smoke one with Traeger. I wonder how many non-bourbon companies are going to be getting into it.
Smoking stuff is going to go out of this world. I already know 2
gonna be
local
the new
distilleries
Toasted.
that are basically basically adding liquid smoke to some of their bourbons, and it's going to be basically whiskey, but it's going to be bourbon finished whiskey, which I have no idea how you're going to label that or how the
Wait,
TTB is going to do
what?
this. Yeah, but
That's gonna be
basically
a very
they're literally
interesting
just
one.
adding liquid smoke to, like, drops of liquid smoke to
I mean,
the
I
barrel.
think it's going to be the same thing as how Starlight's getting away with it,
Right.
because they're finishing all their stuff in, other barrels.
Right.
But it's just saying it's bourbon finished in.
A liquid smoke barrel.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I mean, who knows? I don't know.
That would be a very interesting one.
I feel like
a
it's-
liquid smoked barrel.
I heard a weird noise. Is Barbara killing your children right now?
I'm not going to comment on that since this is being recorded. I think another.
Here they come down the stairs right now. They are perfectly safe.
No.
I'm trying to help you out.
You're next on the list.
Because your kiss.
As long as
Do
we
you
all divide
want the
up the money.
CPA coming to your door?
The CBA.
CPA.
Oh, CPA. Okay. I don't know how CPS is what you're looking for. Yeah.
Well, close enough.
I mean, are you technically a CPA?
No,
No. Okay.
I'm stupid.
Okay.
I ain't that smart.
Okay. Fair enough. Wow.
I'd be really scared if he was.
Listen, I know some dumb people. I know some really dumb nurses, and I know some really dumb CPAs.
You know what? I'll just do another prediction for this year.
All right.
I think there will be a lot more crafted style bourbon releases from a lot of the bigger name distilleries, because I think people are trying to.
Come on, pick me one. Come on. I mean, you could cheat.
somebody on
and
the
say the
table.
117 series. They're going to do Scotch.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to cheat.
True.
Well, you got Jack Daniels, like you'll.
But yeah, I was about to say Jack Daniels, which we just did last week. You did a review on that. But the question is that if that stuff like that becomes popular with Jack Daniels, do you think they are going to do a release for one of those?
Yeah. I don't disagree. I think you'll see a lot more of that stuff. I think we're going to see, just in general, I think you're going to see a lot of your bigger distilleries are going to do a lot more finishings. I'm really anxious to see, and this is not really, I don't think this is a crazy prediction. I think we're going to see a stupid amount of Ambriana stuff that comes out in the next 12 to 18 months.
I've already heard about 1 or 2 different groups doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, you're already starting to see. There's 3 or 4 companies already doing them.
Supposedly Beam bought a bunch.
really.
That'd be
Bunch of
interesting.
barrels.
Oh God! Well, never mind.
Beam Suntory. So
Do you think
that was one of the things Ted complained about, was like the number of barrels that they tried to get. They were having trouble because evidently Beam Suntory bought a piss ton. So
language?
I said piss, man.
Old Granddad War 14 finished.
OGD 114. Hey, listen, I can get behind OGD 114.
No. What it's going to
anytime.
become is it's going to be a Basil Hayden finish.
You just stop.
I'm
Please stop.
telling you, that's what it's going to be.
Listen,
Don't
I'm
jinx us.
Yeah. Just be
I'm
quiet.
sorry. I'm just preparing you for the worst. That's
No,
what
absolutely.
we-
if
we-
anybody's going to do it, it will be Basil Hayden. You're
It'll
right.
be Basil Hayden.
because they do
It'll be
Caribbean
terrible.
rye and
Yeah.
whatever. So you're going to get an 86%, 86 proof.
I just
Ambriana finish.
prefer
80.
Yeah.
Old
No,
Granddad.
yeah, 80. It ain't even 86.
Oh, is it?
It's
80?
80.
It's 80.
God, I keep forgetting how awful
0.
that stuff
It is the minimum you can put it in a bottle.
There you go. Fair enough. All right.
Scott really wants to end this podcast.
No,
but
no.
We should keep
Well,
it going.
I am going to say I do want to pick a winner, and then we can continue to. If there are any other bold predictions, to me, yeah, this is a
I'm not
slam
gonna
dunk.
lie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Double oak all day long.
This is
double
good,
oak is
but-
very. I mean, it. I'll be honest with you. I'm actually kind of disappointed with the 2022. Like the 2021 was great. I haven't had the 23 yet, so
I think it's very subtle, but some of the stuff is very subtle.
it's just very woody. It's mainly wood and a little bit of that rye pop. But I don't know.
It's not good wood flavor though.
It's
to
not.
me.
No.
It's not worth $60.
Toward the double oak gets you the nice creamy sweet flavor along with that wood.
Well, not this bottle because we can't get no more of this bottle.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with you there.
I can
saying,
honestly say
I cannot get that bottle, and now I'm sad.
I
just
don't
realized it.
recall ever getting a bad double oak.
No,
No.
God, no. There's no bad double oak.
I've drank probably 50 or 60 bottles of double oak and tried who knows how many more. But
Alcoholic?
I've
I'm
been
just
drinking for a
joking.
long time, man.
Just joking.
I'm not 7 like you.
He's been drinking since you were born. Here, come on.
You know,
But-
you win this battle.
But I don't know. All right. Any last bold predictions?
I won't say it's a bold prediction. I'll throw it out more of as a question.
All right.
Do you think that major distilleries will, and we've all kind of basically, I won't say no, but can kind of assume that a lot of the juice has gotten younger that they've been putting out?
Yep.
Like Olfo, we'll just throw it out there. Some of their stuff is tasting a little more youthy compared to how it did maybe a few years ago, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, if you're talking about today versus 1990 or early 2000s, yes, because obviously, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that becomes more acceptable among the bourbon population? They kind of get used to.
I think it's already at that point.
I think it's already at that point.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can get good juice at 4.5, 5 years. I mean, you can.
No, yeah,
It's
yeah,
just, I think in my personal preference now, I would have told you a couple of years ago that my preference is in the 8 to 10 year range. I'm finding a lot of really, really delicious juice between 6 and 8, 6 and 10 years now. 6 year, I'm finding a lot of really, really, really good bourbons at 6 and 7 years now.
But the problem is we're not able to get to that age because I feel like everyone's trying.
I think
pump
you
stuff out
will
to
see a lot
demand.
more of the 6-year-old stuff. I hit my mic that time.
They
We've
call
had so
him
many-
a professional.
We've had so many weird like buzzes and stuff this time around, but yeah, I think right now 6 is about where you're hitting most things at anyway. I think all of your distillery series stuff is in that 6-year range from Old Forester. Wild Turkey 101s are all in that 5 to 6 year range, I think.
Because with a lot of the distilleries doing their expansions and everything, I mean, how long do you think till we see?
I think if you're going to go to a bold prediction as far as that thing goes, mine would be is how much longer is it going to take for us to catch up, and Blanton's is more readily available, or Weller, or any of your other allocated bottles, any allocated bottle, right?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, most of them are Sazerac, which we can talk about on another episode. But it's one of those things.
President's choice,
But
birthday bourbon.
but no, you're not going to. That's all older juice. I mean,
It's
you're
like
talking when you're talking
13,
about
you're not gonna
right,
get more
sure.
of that.
Give me that
You're not
one.
going to get more of 10 and 12-year-old juice. I
Let me
mean,
give you that one.
because I will say in 6 or 7 more years, I think you will get more of that older stuff because of the capacities. I mean, Sazerac's built a big giant 60-inch column still. I mean, how much? I mean, what was it, 60,000 barrels a year? I think they said they're going to be able to produce out of that thing. 60,000. I mean, that's a stupid number of barrels.
And then let's see what Buffalo Trace has added two additional column stills,
Yep.
so they can also pretty much be running their 3 mash bills almost nonstop.
Yep. Old Forester has 2 now. They have Old Penny, and then they have the one that's in the distillery in Shively. And then you've got 1792 has 2. Wilderness Trail has 2. I mean,
How many does I know? Heaven Hill has
Bardstown
it.
Bourbon has 2. Heaven Hill has 2 or 3. I
Yeah.
mean, just the sheer number of the volume that now they're going to be able to produce is just going to get stupid. I mean, it's just going to be a dumb number of barrels that are going to go down. I got to believe that they're not going to be overly greedy because they do have so much juice going down that they will start to put back more to hopefully give the consumer what they want in that 8 to 10 year range. I don't know if that's a bold prediction, but it's a hopeful prediction.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it's not going to
yeah.
happen this year
I
for
mean,
sure.
No.
I mean, I can say. I mean, the opposite of that is going to be that all of a sudden you're going to start seeing more and more age stated labels start not being age stated anymore. It's going to be whatever's close enough.
Man, I hope that's not the case.
Yeah, let's
I
not-
want, I
not
want,
too.
I
Let's
want
not
age
jinx
statements
that.
to come back, but
Come
I
on,
don't know.
Wild Turkey.
Yeah, yeah. Give me the old Austin Nichols 8 years. I'll take those all day long. So.
Oh yeah, very much so.
All right. I think we're done with bold predictions. We picked a unanimous winner in the Double Oak.
We had a good time.
If you want to find Bourbon Barrel Talk, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and the Twitter. You can email us at bourbonbarreltalk@gmail.com.
Share it.
Make sure you hit absolutely. Share an episode. If you find one you like, share it with your friends, family. Make sure you put it out on Facebook. Tag us. We'll comment.
Twitter, Reddit.
Questions come to us. Hit us up in any of those formats. Make sure you hit the
Tinder.
subscribe button. Tinder.
Throw it on Tinder.
Swipe right.
Swipe right.
Hey,
Swipe right.
do you like bourbon? Check
Right.
this out. Tell your friends.
Swipe right for us, I guess. Right, right is good,
Yes.
right? That tells you how. Listen, I've been a married man for a long time.
Well,
I just know it's swipe right and swipe left. That's all I know.
I swiped right on my wife. Thank you very much.
There you go.
That's what
It's
you got to do.
amazing. It's amazing.
I love
She
her very
swiped
much.
right on you.
It is
Well,
amazing.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with you that way. I'm not going to argue with
Anyway.
you.
If it's if it's Apple, if you like Spotify, if you like Pandora, we're on all those mediums. Make sure you hit us up. This is Scott, Jared, Nick, and Carl signing off. Peace.
See ya.
See ya.